Hello everyone, it's Dan here from Thomas Road Support. In this video I'm going to continue to take you through the custom blocks within Uptime for WordPress. So back into the editor we go. In the last video we got as far as the speakers list, so we're going to continue through the next 6 here. Right, we're going to start with the tabbed schedule, so I'll drop that in the page. Now this is essentially a nice list of various workshop items or classes, etc., whatever kind of thing you wish. You can enter the titles as well. So the way this would work, you can see there we've got the title, excuse me, and we've got the workshop title here on this first column, time, presenter. You can of course tweak these as you want. Now if we start adding an item, we can put in the tab title, so I can put in tab A. And that means that this will belong in tab A. So any other items we add with also the same title will appear in the same. So I'll just continue to fill this in and give you a better idea. So okay. So this basically is what it works out as. So you've got the title, a time, and the presenter. And you can link this off to any URL or page you wish. So if I just quickly clone this a few times, we can see how the tab thing works. Okay, so that's our example tab A. If we then just clone a few more times, what we can do is go to these extra items and give them a different title. And you'll see what will happen. The tab will be made for us, and any additional items we put under that same title will appear in that tab. It's pretty cool, hey? So if we look at the actual example, there you go. So it may look a bit daunting, but you can see how it all makes sense once it's together, and it's a very flexible item as well. You can use this for anything that you wish. Moving on from that, we'll go to the tab. This is pretty much a self-explanatory one. It's just like a standard set of tabs, so we can give it an icon if we want. We'll give it a title. And we'll pop in our usual text. And there we go, we've got a vertical tab. So if we were to clone this, do another one as well. There you go, we can see I've got our 3 tabs all there. And let me just get rid of this. Now we can see we've got a couple of layouts as well. We've got the vertical and regular horizontal tabs, and obviously the icon is completely optional. You don't have to have that if you want. And the next block is basically the same thing again, however the content within that is entirely HTML. So this one's maybe aimed a bit more at developers, but the difference is the content area won't affect any code you put in there. So if you're looking at creating something a bit more bespoke with your own code, this would be the block to use rather than the standard tabs. And moving on to the team posts, this is a bit like the other feeds we've had. So if we pop that in, you can see what I mean. It just drops in a feed of your recent team people, and you can specify how many you want to show. Really simple but dead effective. Now we'll go on to the testimonial carousel. This one I really like actually. It's something you can put any kind of content in. Obviously we're aiming it for testimonials, but you'll see when I fill it in how it all works. And I'll put in some nice glowing review text from this imaginary person. Maybe we will even go a little bit more bold. Okay, so we've got one item filled out there. Oh, I'll just give him a name as well. There we go, we can see how easy that was. Now as we add items, if I just clone this one a few times, they'll get added to the carousel. So if we update the page and take a look at the actual result, you can see we've got our team feed there. There are a couple of layouts. This one is obviously a single card, so it shows one card at a time. You can also have the same thing with nav buttons as well either side, or even a standard carousel type. Pretty ideal. Right, for the last one in this video we're going to use the timeline. So again, I'll just drop that into a fresh section. And this one is a very nice timeline which will give you staggered items for each one you add. Now if that doesn't make sense, I'm just going to clone this one here. You can see it get added to the left, so we'll maybe say move on a bit more in time, maybe the next year. You can put a bit more text in for a description if you want. And as we add items, you'll see it staggers left to right, just leaving a really nice effect. Okay, that's it. I don't want to overwhelm you with too much of this one, so I'm going to move on to the final few blocks in the last video. I hope this has been useful. If you have any problems, do come see me over at support. Other than that, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.